That's for the budget.
He had trouble.
Sitting behind you.
Yeah. No.
No, that's Carrie's husband, I think.
No, he wasn't here at budget, it was Chris.
Oh, it's Chris.
No. There's Chris and then there's the architect, or the engineer.
No, there's
I thought the guy from.
Chris, Kelly, and
no.
Kelly,
No,
Chris, Jared.
Kelly, Chris, and Jared, I think we're back there.
Yeah, there's no public here or anybody else.
No, there's only three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to go? Jesse, you got everything going?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Call a meeting to the regular council meeting for November 25th to order at 5:30. First, I guess I can go down to, I'll add it right now, I guess is probably the best, right, Donna?
You could add it after your call, your worship, for
Okay.
engineering.
So I'll call to order, call for opportunity interest. There is no in camera today, so I don't see anything in there. So the agenda, I have one addition, the 2025 November 22nd budget meeting minutes, and wouldn't be a concern, but there was a couple of resolutions in there that we need to get passed. One resolution passed there, so we can get these grants going. So I'd like to add that one on there. Is there any other additions or deletions from anybody? Not, can I get a motion to accept the agenda with the one addition under 4.1?
Worship, point of order.
Yes?
Just to add what you said, what you indicated, the reason we've added these minutes on is today is because you already had the package for the minutes on the Friday, we had the budget meeting Saturday. And after council tonight, these resolutions I have to get to, which happen. It's an unusual situation, but it was done to do with the timing of everything. So otherwise you'd have had the next meeting, right?
I'm sorry, I should have added that, but that is the reason, so if I can get a motion.
I'll make the motion to accept the agenda with the addition of the
Thank you. All in favor?
November 22nd.
That is carried. Thank you. So, right into it. We will get into the next order of business all the way to 8.1, document destruction. So,
No, 4.1.
Yeah,
We have to have a document minutes to worship.
I'm on the days. 5:30 really rushed me. Okay, I want to go get here.
He's going to
Okay,
his
sorry.
You
Okay.
wanted the 5:30.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jesse.
Okay, I just wanted to say, Mayor Hankin Street Council, is I noticed today, just before the meeting, that on the November 18th Committee of the Whole minutes, the second to last page at the bottom, I actually spelled sessio instead of session.
I saw that myself, as a matter of fact.
I fixed it, it's okay, it'll be good.
All right, so are there any error omissions on the, we want to adopt the minutes for October the 28th, the inaugural orientation, October 28th, regular minutes, October 18th, committee of the whole, and then the addition, November 22nd for the budget. Are there any errors or omissions from anybody? None, then can I get a motion to adopt those minutes as is?
I'll make a motion to adopt those minutes as is.
Thank you, all in favor? That is carried. I will not make any more mistakes the rest of the night.
You got that ready?
I hope so. Okay, now, pay attention, I'll go right to 8.1, the document destruction. Okay, Don, you want to comment on that for us, please?
Thank you, Your Worship. Just for the sake of the new council, we did this RFC a little more with a little more information, just so you can understand how we do this. So we've completed a full scan of all closed inspections group permits. That's for the municipality that were held in the vault room in early 2025. The files are now able to be destroyed physically. We do have them scanned. So as per the records retention and disposal of municipal documents bylaw, all closed permits are to be stored electronically and may be disposed of after 7 years. In early 2025, we conducted a scanning project of many of these documents, one set of which being all closed inspection group permits, building, plumbing, gas, and electricity. They're not considered stored in the server, complying with the records retention and disposal of municipal documents bylaw. So just to summarize that, we can't destroy anything without the destruction bylaw. And when we come to you with the destruction bylaw, we list what we're destroying. Within that bylaw, it gives us the timelines of X amount of years, X amount of months, X amount of days when we can destroy documents. And of course, the municipal government requires us to have a bylaw for that. Accounting records are different than inspection group permits and so forth. There's a lot of differences. So administration is requesting that council, through resolution, close all the scan inspection group permits and that they be destroyed as they are now securely stored on the server. We have the attachment to it, and you can see there's not hundreds of permits, but those are the permits that are now stored. You can tell that the mayor and myself sign them, date of destruction, date approved, and motion number. So it's all appropriately done. Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Yes.
Sorry, Mayor Olson, City Council. I made notice of, when I was going through my, my template, it normally, under the archive section, it normally says no, and then I change it to yes. I accidentally had 2 no's there at the bottom, but they are yes, they are all archived. There are none that are not archived.
All right, thank you.
Your worship, motion would add at this time, changing the 2 last entries, 2018, 2019 of January 25, 26 to a yes, please.
That makes sense. Okay. Anybody have any comments on this or questions? I believe that, I don't know how long they keep their records, but if you ever really want, you could probably go back to them. They'd probably have some as well, but.
We certainly can, your worship. The beauty of it is they're all stored in our server now. They've all been scanned appropriately.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily have to keep the paper copies anymore, which is good. It just keeps the clutter out. And if we were to change with the permits, we also have an archive company that if we have to store, once a year we send everything to archives and we just pay for that storage. It keeps everything clear here. Their storage is fire resistant, so ours is not. So that's why we do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to keep records like those for 25 years, so. Any other comments, anything? If not, can I get a motion to destroy all the, records as listed below?
I'll motion to destroy the record listed.
Thank you, all in favor? That is carried. Thank you. All right. 8.2, Thorsby Municipal Library Board appointment. And they have a letter, and City Donnie, you want to talk about that as well?
Thank you, your worship. So, of course, the Alberta government requires us to appoint trustees, they're not board members, to the library board appointment. The library has a board, but who is in it is a trustee. And a couple of years ago, they provided us with very clear language on how we have to do this. So we do have a candidate. We have not a reason to decline this proposed appointment. So we recommend through motion of council that the following resolution be passed, and whoever makes the motion, with all due respect, has to read it as it's such written here. That way we can attest to the provincial government that we have read the motion. Motion indicates motion to appoint Lynn Simpson of the Thorsby Municipal Library Board for a 3-year term starting November 18th, 2025 and ending November 18th, 2028. We also send this to Yellowhead Library and the province.
Thank you, and looking at the letter, I think we're pretty lucky to have a lady like that with credentials that she's got down there, so. Any other comments from anybody in there?
Question, so she's starting on November 18th, today's what, the 22nd, 23rd? Does that matter? Like
No.
she's already been appointed, technically, right?
No, because we have to appoint her. She's been put forth, we appoint her, so she could be doing some, whatever she's inside, but this is a formal appointment for her, Council Caskin.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to appoint Lynn Simpson to the Thorsby Municipal Library Board for the 3-year term, starting November 18th, 2025, and ending November 18th, 2028.
Thank you.
Thank you, that was long, I didn't want to do it.
Carried. All right, 8.3. Office closure, City Donna.
Thank you, Your Worship. So, Your Worship, through the council, administration is requesting that council authorize an office closure for a staff function on December 22nd, 2025, from noon to 4 p.m.
All right, thank you.
December
I see you changed that. When I looked at the original, it was October the 22nd. You're a little late for that.
Well, we kind of wanted to. Didn't work out. Yeah, it's December.
Yeah. Any comments, questions from anybody? Okay, I have a motion to,
I'll motion to accept that.
Jim, all in favor?
Thank you, Your Worship. It shall be rotated in the paper and on our website.
All right, bylaws as policy, council, code of conduct repeal, second and third readings. And I think maybe you could give us a little scoop on that, Donna, if you don't mind.
I can, Your Worship. So basically, as we know, we were instructed by the province to repeal our code of conduct bylaws. Every municipality in the province was, as they were going to make us one in time for, a universal one in time for the election. And that hasn't happened. We're still waiting. I've inquired. We're still waiting. It's very difficult to have a code of conduct for Edmonton and Calgary and make it fit for Thorsby, and it's difficult to make a code of conduct bylaw for Thorsby and make it fit for a summer village or a county. However, we have to follow their rules, so during the October 28th, 2025 inaugural organization meeting, council passed first reading of the bylaw to 2025-10 to repeal bylaw 2022-14, the council code of conduct. Administration is requesting second and third reading tonight to fulfill the town's obligation under the Municipal Government Act through a motion of council. And you certainly can, council can certainly make two motions tonight because we've had the passage of the first motion and you had a chance to think it through and ponder it.
Thank you. Any comments, questions?
So when they come out with their code of conduct, then it'll just interchange with ours then?
We will just do a bylaw to accept it, I would imagine, right?
Your Worship, through the Council Reynolds, we will have to accept it because this one will be rescinded, it's gone, and we're under obligation to accept theirs.
Theirs, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
And who knows when that will be. So in the meantime,
We could be done our
in the meantime, everybody has to behave. Okay, thank you. All right, can I get a motion for the second reading to repeal bylaw 2025-10?
I'll make a motion to read
I'm sorry.
second reading.
I'm sorry, correction, 2022-14 is the one, is
Okay.
that correct? Yeah,
Yeah, 2022-14.
I was just reading that. Thank you. All in favor? Yes?
Oh, sorry, it is a motion for second reading of bylaw 2025-10 to repeal bylaw 2022-14.
Yes.
Okay.
So just,
Your Worship, through to Councillor Watson, would you accept that as a friendly amendment to your
I
your
will.
motion? Okay, so be it.
All in favor? That's carried. And may I have the third and final reading to repeal bylaw 2025, to repeal bylaw, I'll get it right here. Repeal bylaw 2022-14 and, or bylaw 2025-10.
I'll move that. I'm confused, sorry. They're two different ones? It,
No, this will be a third.
Just the one.
it's one, Oh, okay. 2, and 3
Yeah.
readings of the same, thank you, sorry.
That's why I got confused as well.
Gotcha.
All in favor? That is carried. Okay. 9.2, meeting procedures, bylaw 2025-11, first reading. And I think everybody's had a chance to look at that, hopefully. See, Donna, if you want to comment on that.
Certainly, Your Worship, we are required by the Municipal Government Act of the Province of Alberta to have a meeting procedures bylaw. Every municipality is a little different, but we do have to have certain things, and I'll draw council's attention to a couple of things tonight. But we've made substantial notes, and I'll tell you of some of them why we did what we did. We updated the template because we want to make sure all our bylaws have the same templates. We removed all mentions of council code of conduct because that's typically what you do intertwine, so that all had to come out. We removed the requirement to post notice of meetings in the Connect 39 in alignment with the Town of Thorsby's advertising bylaw 2018-05. So the two bylaws are in conflict with each other, so you always have to go to your advertising bylaw to determine when you're putting things in the paper, when you're putting things on your website that are of importance. We removed the inaugural meeting section as the meeting is mandated and governed by the Municipal Government Act now when they did those changes, so now it is your organizational meeting. We removed the organizational meeting guidelines as they are once again mandated, so there's no point in putting it in the procedures bylaw, so it shortens this up a bit. And we compressed sections into subsections, Part 12 special meetings of the old bylaw into a subsection of the new Part 6 meetings section. We shortenly clarified the procedure to the rule of order. These new guidelines should be clear and easy to follow to promote the process of council. They were a little confused before, a little all over the place, and we want to make sure we cleaned it up. And also, the old meeting procedures went into exhaustive detail, too substantive and cumbersome for a small meeting. It doesn't take away the flavor of how we conduct our meetings. It just, sometimes you just gotta shorten this up. We removed tenders, infrastructure, and tangible assets from the agenda. Order as this section is rarely used, and items within this category will be considered new business. Otherwise, you have an agenda template that's 3 or 4 pages long, and you never use half of it. That's why that's like that. We combined the CEO and CFO reports into administrative reports on the committee as a whole agenda. A couple things I just wanted to bring to your attention. Under closed sessions, they used to be called in camera. We still call them in camera, but old habits are hard to break, right? But the government wants them called closed. And just as a procedural reminder, in a closed session, nobody, not even administration, can take notes. Can't take notes, you can't write anything, you can't have your pen in your hand, nothing. So we've got to have a pretty good memory. And we can't have our phones on as well in a closed section. Phones all have to be off and so on and so forth. And then, of course, we have to go into closed session with a motion and must include the basis under the exception of disclosure to the Access of Information Act or Protection of Privacy Act. So the old FOIP Act is now split into two different thought processes. That is the provincial government. I didn't do it. A motion is required to come out of closed, and then the time the meeting goes into closed, when you come out of closed, must be recorded in the minutes. Now, the closed section of the meeting will be chaired by the same person chairing the rest of the meeting, so that would be Mayor Hostin if he's chairing everything. Will be held in the presence of the public unless one or more members of the public are invited by the chair to participate in a closed session. So we can invite, the chair can invite members into the closed session if they have something to say about the subject at hand, and administration can recommend folks to come into closed session. It doesn't happen very often. It just puts it in here in case we need to. And then no record is necessary during the closed session portion of the meeting, but if a record is kept, it is subject to the access of information. So we just say no records are kept at all. And then coming out of closed session, we do not pass resolutions or bylaws during a closed session.
Right.
Any decisions reached by consensus during the close must be passed as motions when the regular meeting resumes. So we come out of close, we shut that off, and then we have a motion either directing administration to, et cetera, et cetera. What is discussed in closed session must remain confidential. It may not be discussed at any other time or place unless brought forward as a motion and recorded in the regular meeting minutes. They're pretty fussy with closed sessions. There's been councils in this province that have been sued 3 years after they have finished council. And for doing what they're doing, I won't name municipalities, but there's 4. 2 managed to get out of it, but they have to pay severe fines. And the legal bills are, if you're gone from town and you're done, and your 4 years are over, the legal bills are yours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So you could be sued or held accountable for up to 4.5 to 5 years after you finish council. So they take it pretty seriously because a lot of times where things leak in councils are development issues and HR issues, or settlements to employees or settlements to issues. So the government takes that pretty seriously. We haven't had any breaches here. It's just nice to remind you, and that's probably the last time I'll say anything over the course of next year because we're all adults, but it's good to know. Let's see. So basically, overall, the structure of the bylaw largely changes. That's the structure. The last one was identified by administration as too instructional on the actions that could be taken in council meetings, rather than specifying how the procedures of the town of Thorsby's meetings will be conducted. So it's up to the chair how they want to handle these rules. They don't have to be followed in an exact way. These are guidelines, and they're really not Robert's rules. Councils don't really function, municipal councils don't really function on Robert's rules because they're too cumbersome. And some of the stuff in this bylaw was Robert's rules. It was way too cumbersome. So sometimes when we have public hearings or when we have the public come in and speak. Some of these sections are good for the mayor, simply because it's easier to keep control of a meeting. So, but also when we have full chambers and people in chambers, it's good to follow these rules so that everybody realizes that it's a formal process. I've been in councils before where the meeting was contentious. It's usually with fire. One was Crow's Nest Pass. Two were Crow's Nest Pass. One was here. And we got people dropping off their pagers in boxes. People are standing in the corridors. They're fighting. They're mad. They're upset. That was here. Crow's Nest Pass, they called the media right before a council meeting and shut all the lights out of the municipal building and did what they needed to do outside and disrupted everything and then came in and disrupted. And when I say disrupted, I don't mean that negatively, just that's what they felt they had to do. So when you have a heightened issue, these come in very handy to follow them very strictly, and then you can. But there's guidelines for everybody. And if you notice, council treats you or administration treats you very formally in council, because that's what we're trained to do. So calling you your worship or calling you Councillor, Councillor Watson or whatever doesn't mean that we're trying to put you up on some kind of pedestal. It's just recognition of your appointed role through the Municipal Government Act, through the province of Alberta. So that's what this bylaw is all about. But we did shorten it quite a bit, and we turned it into a 2025 document instead of an 1876 document like it was. So we also added a definition of exceptional circumstances. One of the things that the ledge clerk and I do is we go through these bylaws and we look at, okay, so if we have something in the body of the bylaw, we make sure it's in the definition if there's no explanation for it. So this is what we look for, closing the loop. So exceptional circumstances, just look here, one moment. Madam Clerk, can you read the exceptional circumstances, please? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh, I got it right here, Jeff, I'm sorry. Thank you. Shall mean a disruption in council chambers, vulgar language, or any other disruptive, illegal, or crude behavior. So, okay, Lord knows there's been some pretty interesting disruptions. So anyways, we did have to put that in.
Well, I'll try to get used to calling it a closed meeting instead of in camera.
I still call it in camera too.
I will point out one thing also, that prior to that, when it was still in camera, there was 3 reasons you call it. It was land, legal, and personnel.
That is correct.
Now there's 16 sections that it covers. So when I go into closed session, I will announce under which section it's going to cover. It's one of these 16. So that's the way it's supposed to work.
You are right, Your Worship. They made it more cumbersome. Quite honest with you.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
So I have a question. So when we go in closed session, and you invite somebody into it,
You can.
okay? I know how council's supposed to handle themselves.
Yep.
But what if you call somebody in a closed session and they get out of hand or start going sideways?
Oh,
Would they not also have a set of rules that? Because they wouldn't know our rules is what I'm asking.
Yeah. I don't know, Donna, you might have a better understanding how, I mean, it'd be up to me to administrate it to them and put them back in their place, but I don't know what the consequences, and if they come out of the camera or closed session and tell everybody in town what happened, I don't know what the recourse is.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I don't know what the recourse is, Donna.
Great question, Your Worship, to Councillor Kevin. So what happens is the chair, and I've had to do a lot of this in subdivision appeal board hearings because they're contentious, because it has to do with we're appealing a development permit or a development, right? So a couple contentious ones in Leduc, and they've been since adjudicated, so it's not like they're private anymore, was with the amount of daycares going in the downtown core with the city of Leduc. The city of Leduc has developed an overlay, which has backfired on them, I'll just say it that way. The chambers were full for and against, and as the chair, I open the meeting, I tell them the rules, and then I look at them and I say, now, this is a contentious issue, you will not speak to anybody else in here, you will speak directly to the chair. If you do not speak directly to the chair and you try to engage other folks, you will be asked to leave the chamber. If you do not leave the chambers, the RCMP or peace officers will be called. especially if you know if it's contentious. Sometimes, you gotta determine if folks are expressing emotion, or if they are really mad and gonna do something. And so you can put up with that a little bit, and then you can say, okay, as the chair, what I've said in the past before is, okay, you've expressed your concern. I understand that you have a motion attached to this, but we have to follow rules. And typically, if you're gonna invite someone in for us on a closed meeting session, they have knowledge of the situation, they're either involved in the situation, and have to follow those same rules. So you don't typically invite members of the public that have no knowledge, no interaction of it. And is it very rare that we invite someone else in? No. Or, I mean, it is, yes, sorry. If it's an HR issue, we don't involve you, right? So it's very rare. Let's just say we have, and I've seen this happen before in councils too, where people are mad about a subject. So they're gonna come in, but because they have maybe be mad at a certain individual, maybe something's happened, or they're complaining. A lot of times, I've invited even the detachment commander in from the RCMP to provide information. That usually happens a lot of times after fatalities or after some kind of crime spree or whatever. So we would look at that very carefully. And the chair has the ability to set the rules. They don't follow the rules, then my phone, I'd have a signal with the mayor, something like this, and I'd pick up my phone and dial. We have had to do this in Thorsby. Pull people out of here, so that's how we would handle it. Kind of a long-winded explanation, but you kind of have to, you just don't know sometimes where they're coming from, right? So we would keep it what I call tightly. And
So that's not speaking to anything. But what if they do? And then it could get to the point, well, so-and-so said this at the meeting, and it's not being recorded, so then it's he said, she said.
Right, and
That's,
yeah, and so, yeah, so I was going to answer that. Thanks for reminding me of that question. So, Your Worship, through the Council Reynolds, they would be cautioned as well. And that next morning, I would be discussing what we did in closed meeting with our lawyer, so that we have a go-forward plan in case that happens. Because a lot of times, if somebody said he said, she said, council has to remain silent, right? As does administration, and then they would be getting a legal letter.
okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard. Be careful of pillow talk too, right? Sometimes spouses, it's not nothing against spouses. My husband and I have an agreement that I don't talk about it at all. Because something can come inadvertent out of it, right? So when we go into close, he'll just say, you were closed tonight, how many hours? And I'll say, well, 8 minutes or whatever, and that's the way it is. It's hard. Sometimes hard. And it's just easier. Protects them, right? Protects them.
All right, thank you. Any other questions, comments? All right, if not, can I get a motion to give the first reading for bylaw 2025-11?
I'll motion to give the first reading of bylaw 2025-11.
Thank you. All in favor? That is carried. And like I say, if you, council has still things that they want to question or whatever, there's still time between the second and the third. So just let the administration know. All right. Okay, 11.1, variance report for October. CFO Cindy, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So our revenue at the end of October, we're at 91% of budget, so we're short $365,000. Most of that is grants. So the grants from the county, because they only give us half now and half after the audit. So that's the main thing there. And then under general services, used to be MSI operating, now it's LGFF operating. We did get it in November, so it will show up next time. And that one was $89,000. And then the remaining is just like franchise fees and some penalties that we haven't collected. So, and then water and sewage, obviously that's November and December water. And expenses, we are at 71% of budget. Last year at this time, we were at 79, almost 80%. So we're doing pretty good. Yeah. So if anybody has any questions?
Questions, comments? No? Okay, can I get a motion to accept the variance report for October 25 for information?
I'll move the variance report.
Thank you, all in favor? That's carried. Wow, could be the shortest meeting, but I will say that, this is the third meeting we've had in a week, so it's not like, we haven't been doing anything. So, we had a meeting on the 18th, we had a meeting on 22nd that went for 5 hours, and so I guess maybe we might, be entitled to a short one. So, having said that, public comments. At the back there, ladies.
Just that you need to quit mumbling when you're talking, so we can hear you.
Me?
Yeah,
You can't hear me?
when you mumble, no.
Okay. I will do my best to stop that, Debbie. That's it?
Over here. Wendy.
Irene?
Don't worry about it, go ahead.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Donna was saying about, having somebody in the private meeting, what is it called?
Close.
Yeah, closed meeting. How can we as residents know that we can come in if you don't know what we want to talk about?
You can only come in if you're coming in to discuss whether you want a permit, and they're saying no, and you're mad about it, and you want it, then it goes into closed. You can go to that, but you can't go into anybody's meeting.
Thank you, Deb.
Councilor Reynolds, yes.
My understanding though is you have to be invited in. You just can't. You just can't come into it, correct? You have to be invited in. You just can't come into it.
Yeah.
Just for clarity.
You have to have a genuine interest, I guess you would say, otherwise, yes.
And you're right, your worship, through the council, sometimes where you would be invited to come in, we've already known ahead of time, we know what you're going to speak to, because you've told us, and it concerns you.
Okay.
That's when we've had members of the public come in. It could be an HR function, it could be, maybe we kicked you off a committee, I'm just teasing, but, it has to directly affect you, and then you'd be allowed to come in.
Okay.
On a private matter.
Yep. Like if we'd had something to do with your tree when we had to go into private, like if that had to go into closed, right? It was resolved
Yeah.
in the public meeting, but that would be a specific.
It might be, your worship, through the council, Carrie, it would be more to do with taxes,
Oh, okay.
or to do with taxes and that kind of personal
Because the personal
issue.
financial, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, let's say you're just having some hard times, and you don't want the whole world to know, you need some sort of, tax agreement that maybe administration can't fix. Or, you're on social services, and you're having trouble with your water bill, and we're trying to get it paid for you, or your social services sometimes pays the bills. But let's say it's not working, you'd be invited into close to plead your case to council, because it is a private matter.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's right. Most of the time, for example, land, we're usually talking about subdivisions or development permits that are a bit contentious, or that the general public can't know yet because none of them are signed, which is very rare. Legal, it can be, at the last council, we were in legal because we had HR matters to discuss for, I will say, payouts for staff. So that comes into into closed. So that's under personnel. Legal may be because we need advice on something and how we're supposed to act or react, and so we can come into legal for that as well. And usually before I'm worried about legal, I typically run some things past our legal counsel to say, hey, you need to come in with me, do we need to do this? And a lot of times they'll say, no, it's not a closed issue, or yeah, you better come in to legal. So we never invite you into closed on a whim, ever. Ever. Because we have to be seen to be doing our business in public, so I think last year we weren't in closed very often, just when we were doing the Municipal Control Corporation, because we had a do not disclose order between the two municipalities, so you can't break that. But, once we were able to be more in the public eye and the do not disclose, document had expired itself because we were further along in the process, we didn't really go into camera very much at all, or enclosed. I gotta get used to that. It's been 20 years saying the camera, so anyways.
Fair enough.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
So, very good. Thank you. Very good question.
Thank you.
Wendy, go ahead.
Some positive comments.
It's okay, Wendy.
Anyways, I know you have your Thorsby, how do I say that? Yard Christmas.
Christmas spirit?
I didn't.
Oh, the yard one with the light up?
The yard one with all lights.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be quite a contest this year. I don't remember it being as nice last year. It's quite pretty. And the comment on everybody getting all lit up.
Nice.
And it looks nice, and I think it's gonna be a good contest. Very pretty, even just a little bit where I go. Quite nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't believe there's any prizes this year unless somebody stepped forward for that. And
I don't know anything. Yeah, no.
I know in the past, I don't know where that came from. I think it was from the chamber. There was like, they gave a couple of.
Community.
I think community.
Are you guys looking to do anything like that?
No.
No, okay.
So did Wendy use the word contest? Is that what you were saying, contest? I wasn't sure if that's
Oh,
what I
I
heard.
thought it was, I
Well,
posted, I thought
yes,
it
you
was
did.
contest, but maybe
Yep.
I'm wrong.
There was a poster, and it was inviting the whole community to light up their houses and
Yeah.
decorate
Just
and
to be
just
part
get
of the
into the spirit.
Correct.
But,
More of a
yeah,
challenge
there
than-
is no contest this year, but we can make it just our own little contest of saying, I like that one best, or I like that one best.
Well, there is something about bragging rights.
Yeah, bragging rights.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, please, everybody decorate, that would be fantastic, but don't confuse it with a contest, because there's no prize.
Okay, sorry, but it is
Okay.
very pretty what I've seen.
Yeah, no, everybody's doing a fantastic job.
Sure have. It looks good. Looks good. We'll fix our lights, not to worry. We already know. We gotta fix them in front of the office. We'll get on that.
What happened to them?
Somebody pulled them down, or a hook fell off or something, so we'll just make it pretty again.
Thank you for the comment.
You're welcome.
We did a little adjustment.
Try.
Okay. Anything else?
I think you deserve a right to have some code.
Yes, appreciate it.
I have a question. So our horn's not going off. I know somebody damaged it or something. Is there plans to get that going back on? Like, I have a regular nap, but I'd like to know.
We do too, it helps.
I've never heard it called a horn before, but,
The siren.
siren, but.
Whatever it's called.
We, yes, it was, your worship, through the Councilor Reynolds, it was damaged and vandalized, wires were cut and so forth. We're going to have to go to the Department of Defense to see if they have World War II surplus to fix it. Yeah, I saw it.
It's way old.
Fortunately, our one peace officer is a military police officer in reserve. I just haven't had a chance to ask him to do that. I probably should. Maybe get some parts from the DOD. Yeah.
Well, you've got the ones that are happy it's not going off, and you got the ones that are not happy.
I know.
So it's,
It's like anything else.
Tradition.
So that's what I was getting at,
Yeah.
it's kind of, like I asked about it when we first come to town, because I was going, what the hell? And then, like, CEO Dunn told me, he says, yeah, it's sort of been like a
It
tradition.
is interesting when, I don't know how many of you read or heard the, CFCW interview of Thorsby, that Let's Go There.
Yeah.
And, they, AJ Keller there from CFCW comes from, a little small town in Saskatchewan. I think is it Wilco? Is there a place called Wilco?
Waka.
Okay, about 1,000 people?
Yeah.
Anyhow, and, he said they have a siren there as well, so.
Yeah.
The only place.
Alderman used to, I don't know if they still do.
Yes, you're a resident, you're in your resident chair? Okay, all right.
Jesse Carlson, resident town of Thorsby. I kind of like it not on.
Okay.
I live right there, right in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
building on Main Street, or was it one
No,
block
it's
over?
on the tower,
That's what I thought, okay.
yeah. I will assure council
Right,
we'll do our
beside
best to find something if we can, but it may be silent. Somebody cut the wire, somebody did some damage to it in the box.
Somebody really didn't like that it was going
They didn't like
on.
it, no, they didn't like
The
it.
whole
Well,
8
maybe
seconds.
we should get 3 or 4 of them all hooked up and so for these people that don't like it. This has been going on all the time I've lived here.
Boy,
And when people don't like it, why move here? You should investigate where you're moving before you move.
Yeah, I will say I don't miss it, to be honest.
Too bad.
But
You shouldn't be here
If
then.
you miss it, I get it, if you don't.
I didn't even know this was going off.
Just told you when noon was, or when they
Well, when you're outside working and you don't carry a watch, then you
Actually, it was the
know it's
12:05 siren, so.
It was listen time, every
Yeah,
3 months we had to reset it, and then we went to reset it the last time, that's when we found out it was vandalized, so, which is unfortunate.
And people got really upset when it was behind
Oh,
time. We would get
yeah.
messages, be like, that siren is off.
Yeah,
It's like, oh my God, people.
we'll do our best under Department of Defense to find, we'll do our darn.
So you're looking at trying to get it back.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All
Well,
right,
council
well-
gives me a direct order based on their, community survey of the siren itself, then we'll be happy to take an order from council, but until then, I gotta find parts.
I'll make
He
that
already
motion.
did his thing.
Well, you're talking about Christmas in the village, and we lost that, and coming back, and so now you kinda lost your horn, and bring it back, and
All right, nothing else? Okay, meeting adjourned, 6:11. Thank you very much. Yeah.
December 9th, that's good.
Thank you all, and we'll see you all out next Friday.